Hello there. I am Stacy Hendry. I'm a health coach, and today I want to talk about reading food product labels. It's an important skill to have so you know what actually is healthy. So what I promote is a whole food diet. And what does that mean? It means that everything you eat is a whole food and that it has one ingredient. So these on the screen here are all whole foods, and they're in their pure form. So if you were to take the chicken, chop it up, and add mayonnaise to it, it's no longer a whole food because mayonnaise has several ingredients. It's not a whole food. But eating the chicken alone is a whole food. And if you were to make a soup that has zucchini and tomatoes and chicken in it, it is a soup made with whole food ingredients. So still okay. I want to talk about non-dairy milks. These are becoming popular because a lot of people have problems with dairy products. Most adults can't digest the dairy, so they have some issues. So the non-dairy milks have become popular. This one is almond milk. It's organic, but if you look at the ingredient list here on the right, it has almonds and water, which is really all you need to make almond milk, but it also has calcium carbonate and gellan gums. These are to keep the product from separating and increase the shelf life. Not exactly what you want to be eating. They're not whole foods. They don't grow on a plant. They're made in a laboratory. So this, even though it says organic and it's not a bad choice in desperation, I recently found Califia. And this one, if you look at the ingredients here, has water, almonds, and sea salt. That is it. So this is a much better product. I like this one. The issue is that it's not going to have a lengthy shelf life. So once you open it, it's probably going to last about 7 days in your refrigerator. So you have to be sure that you would drink this much, 1.5 quarts of almond milk in 7 days. Otherwise, you might want to buy something a little bit smaller. So how do you buy a healthy peanut butter? Let's take a look. I fed Skippy to my kids most of their childhood until I learned how to read a label myself. Skippy has peanuts, great. That's all you need to make peanut butter, but they follow it with sugar, hydrogenated vegetable oils, which are not heart healthy. These are made in a laboratory. They add hydrogen so that it stays shelf stable. And this is so that it doesn't separate. And they're using cottonseed, soybean, and rapeseed oil, which are not heart healthy at all. These are the ones that can be rancid and very toxic to the body. So moving on, oh, Skippy came up with one that they put natural. Now there's absolutely no rules on the word natural. Companies could put that anywhere, it means nothing. So don't be fooled by it. It has peanuts, great. Also sugar, you don't need sugar. Palm oil is not heart healthy. And salt, salt's okay, but you want to find something with peanuts and salt. So come to the right, this would be my favorite. It just has peanuts and salt. So that is the one I would choose, and this is from Trader Joe's, but you can find other brands. Just always read the ingredient list and look for peanuts. How do you buy a healthy cereal? So let's take a look at Cheerios. Cheerios are touted to be heart healthy, but this is Honey Nut Cheerios, which is a different thing. So companies put banners on their products like this, can help lower cholesterol. Well, it can, and maybe it can't. There's no rules on this kind of thing, so they can say whatever they want. So we have to be savvy and read the label. So over here, this is a typical nutrition label. It tells you fat, cholesterol, sodium. Looking down here in the carbohydrate section, they have to break it down by sugar. So sugar can come from oats, and then they could also add sugar. So this says includes added sugar 12 grams. For a healthy diet, you want to stay under 25 grams of sugar in a day of added sugar. So this is half of the amount of sugar you would have for the day, and it's only 1 cup of Cheerios. You can see up here in the serving size, 1 cup. That's not really enough to fill me, so I don't go for the Honey Nut Cheerios. But take a look at the ingredient list here. Whole grain oats, #1, excellent. Oats are a healthy food for some. The next thing is sugar, followed by honey, and also brown sugar syrup. So there's 3 different kinds of sugar. Ingredients list have to go in the order of abundance. So the ingredient with the most volume here is oats, great, but then 3 different kinds of sugar. If you were to add them up, they could possibly make it that sugar is the #1 ingredient, but they have 3 different kinds, so it makes it look like less sugar. Also, canola oil is genetically modified, not good for the body. And natural almond flavor, when it says natural flavor, they don't really have to elaborate where it came from, so it's something to be concerned about. So pasta sauces, I'm Italian. My grandmother used to spend 3 hours cooking the tomato sauce. Buying it in the jar does save people a lot of time. So we want to just make sure we're buying a good quality product. So this has tomato puree, okay, diced tomatoes, but then sugar. Now, my grandmother used to put a pinch of sugar in to take the bitterness out. Not sure it's necessary, but, and we'd have to look to see what the volume of sugar is here. Canola oil, again, genetically modified, not necessarily heart friendly. And then they dehydrate the onions and garlic. So that is a little bit of processing. They don't really know if that's good or bad, but this isn't the perfect brand. Let's look at Emerald's. Emerald's has citric acid. And down here, I researched it. It says citric acid is said to have low acute toxicity from study data. I don't want any toxicity in my food, so I would bypass this one. Also, soybean oil, genetically modified, and again, the sugar. The one that I love is Rao's. This has passed my test for taste, and it only has whole foods in the ingredient list. So no sugar, and everything is spices or vegetables. So that's what I choose is the Rao's. You can use, if you use half the jar, you can put the other half in the freezer and save it for another day. How do you buy a healthy bread? I mean, back in the days when our grandmothers used to bake bread, it was flour, sugar, oils. Now you have this paragraph of ingredients here, and all the red things are something to be concerned about. But it does say it's healthy, and it does say it's free from artificial preservatives. But I don't know how they can say that because it does have preservatives listed here on the list. And I do believe these don't grow on a tree, so they are artificial and created in a laboratory. So that's, you really can't believe the labels. Got to look at the ingredient list. Next is Dave's, and it does have a very long ingredient list, which usually makes me take caution. But when I look through here, just about everything is organic, and it's all grains, whole wheat, seeds, sunflower seeds, oats, pumpkin seeds. This looks like an excellent product. And if you look over here, and it includes 5 grams of added sugar. You do need sugar to make yeast rise. So a little bit of sugar is okay. I like to stay under 5 grams, and this is right about there. So, and this is really a nutrient dense food. So that's what you're looking for, is to get nutrients out of your food. The next option is Ezekiel bread. It's sprouted, and sprouting just is like a nutritional boost to your food. And it has grains and seeds and things like that, lentils. So this is a really healthy food. It's so healthy and fresh that it has to be in the freezer section of the grocery store, and I keep it in the freezer. You can easily pop off a piece or 2 of bread and toast it, keeping it in your freezer to extend the life. I like it toasted. It's a little dry to have for sandwich bread, and I stick with Dave's, but this is a good choice if you're looking for a healthy bread. So snack bars, I'm an active person. I often look for some snack bar, some grab and go type of food. This says Nature's Valley, so you think it's a natural product, but looking down here, first thing is oats, great, but then it's followed by sugar, canola oil, which is genetically modified and not healthy. Sunflower seeds is okay, but again, sugar syrup here, and soy lecithin, natural flavor. These are not whole foods. if you look at the included added sugar, 11 grams for the 2 bars. So again, that's half of your daily allotment. So these are a sugary food. Most granola bars actually are just candy bars. So you have to be really careful with what you're buying. I like these. Costco used to sell them. Now I could find them on Amazon. The ingredient list here is just nuts and seeds. It does have a little bit of sugar to hold it together, but that's maple syrup, which has a lot of minerals in it, and honey is a superfood. So if you're going to have sugar, they use the 2 best kinds. And all that they have is 6 grams in the bar. So I like 5, but 6 is okay. So these are a really good bar to buy. It's not coated in chocolate, so it's not a candy bar, and it does have healthy nuts and healthy fats to keep you fueled for your activity. People often ask me about grab-and-go food. So here's just a couple options. This is hummus, so you could put guacamole and some carrot sticks or celery, cucumber, and this is a really easy grab and go. You open the lid, you grab a carrot out, it has some hummus on it. As long as you're someplace safe where you can carry glass, this is a good idea. Eggs, they come with their own container, and they're a good source of protein and healthy food if you don't have egg sensitivities. And nuts, especially raw, because the nutrients aren't baked out of them. Raw nuts, I put a mixture in a jar just like this, and then I'll take a handful if I'm going on a hike or something like that, and I have the nuts. And they're great on top of oatmeal or a healthy breakfast option to give it a little crunch. So these are great grab-and-go options. So how can I help you improve your health? Well, there's a couple of things. Number one, I offer a discovery session. It's free. I discuss your health, see what your goals are, offer some tips, and explain how we can work together, and if we can work together. Also, share my tips. I have a YouTube channel. You can friend me on Facebook. I post a lot of tips on getting to a healthier life. So when you see those tips and you like them, you can share them and help people in your world be more healthy. I also believe movement is an important part of a healthy lifestyle. So I offer Zoom exercise 6:45 a.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. every day. And those are 30 minutes. You do it from your very own home on Zoom, and I hold you accountable for showing up. And lastly, I have a newsletter I send out once a month with some ideas for healthy living. You can sign up for that. If you want to contact me on any of these things, just email me at the email at the bottom there, and I will be happy to reach out to you and see what we can do together. So thank you for listening. If this has been helpful, and I sure hope it has been, please share it with your family and friends so that they can learn how to read labels as well. Thank you.